Hey everyone, sorry for the lack of footage. This video will be more of a story time. Hope you guys enjoy. Anyways, day one began with a shuttle ride to Lion's Head Village. Our hotel was nice enough to provide a free one that ran every 30 minutes. But on the first day, we took longer than expected, so we missed the shuttle by just a few minutes and waited another 30 minutes. Thankfully, we made the next one at 9. So we took the Born Free Express lift from the base of Lion's Head. It was a bluebird day for the past few days, so the mornings were icy. The conditions were awesome. In the afternoon, really warm. So we skied around front side, down Cubs Way to Avanti, and the Meadows to Wildwood Express lift. From there, we went to Game Creek Bowl, where I started to move on to the blue trails while my parents continued to warm up on the greens. I almost got my pass pulled within the first few hours of the 4-day trip, so I was really scared. Ski patrol claimed I ducked the rope, and I offered to point out where I went around. So my paranoia started increasing. When I took the lift up, saw other people going down the exact same way I went, so I felt a little bit better, but the ski patrol guy was gone, so I had no one to prove it to. Took a picture of my pass earlier, so I thought he was going to pull it or something. So the first day was really sketchy, but for lunch we tried to go to 2 Elk Lodge. We made a wrong turn and went down a black trail on our first day. My parents, not so great at skiing. I'm decent, I like to say. So I made my way down, separated from my parents, so couldn't meet up with them for the whole afternoon since Vail is huge. So I just skied off, made it to Blue Sky Basin. It had been 7 years since I'd been there. I had no recollection from my 2015 ski trip. Skied around, basically skied the whole mountain on my first day, which was really nice. But then back to the fact that my pass probably got pulled. I was trying to stay on the upper mountain lifts since those didn't require you to be scanned in by the workers. So in the final 10 minutes, I decided to ski to the base, take the lift that we started off in the morning, the Born Free Express. Scanned in no problem, so felt lots of relief, but I was afraid that day 2 would not be so great. Anyways, first day, pretty good, great weather. However, my eyes were blinded by the sun. They were completely red because I didn't wear my goggles. Day 2, fresh powder began to build up. It wasn't the bluebird day like day 1, and the sky was gray. Lots of snow falling. This time, I had to put on my ski goggles and mask, not only to protect my eyes from the sun, but from the falling snow. This time, instead of hopping on the Born Free Express, we hopped on the Eagle Bond gondola. No problem, passing get pulled. Shared a ride with a student taking a gap semester from CU Boulder, who basically did it to snowboard the whole season. He's from Georgia, which is really close to my home state of North Carolina. This time, my family and I went down to Game Creek Bowl again to meet up with another family. The snow was still thin, so I was still scraping ice. Basically did the same thing as day 1, but with a large group of people. Went around the mountain, down to Blue Sky Basin later, back bowls, everything. My friend Raymond's first day, and he brought a GoPro, which is nice since I don't have one. So here's some footage. I borrowed some of it, and I'll link his channel below where he posts more videos. Got a nice picture of the back bowl sign. Had an early lunch at 2 Elk Lodge. Skied over to Blue Sky Basin, etc. Great day, but it was overcast. Anyways, day 3 was a mix of weather from day 1 and 2. Morning was a little bit cloudy, but by the afternoon was bluebird day, and there's lots of deep powder. Everyone loves pow day, but I'm not used to it. My skis got stuck in the snow. Falling on the powder was really soft. Lift lines were maybe a minute longer than day 2 and 1 because the locals maybe started heading up the mountain. Afternoon was when the lines cleared out, but unfortunately things started going downhill. Literally, I wiped out the first time in the Siberia Bowl and yard sailed shortly after this clip on Rasputin's Revenge. Unfortunately, Raymond's GoPro battery died, but basically my skis caught onto something and I fell forward doing a flip, dropped both of my poles, and both my skis came off. By the time it was closing time, we returned to Vail Village. I think it was called Riva Ridge or something. It was really icy, so I was going down really slow, probably hit a blind spot. A snowboarder zooming down the hill crashed into me. Don't really blame him, but that basically scarred me for the rest of my trip. Final day, day 4, decided to go to Breckenridge. My dad got injured on day 3, his knee cap popped or something, I don't even know. But Breckenridge was really different from Vail. Only one side, but there are peaks 6 through 10. The chairs were sort of different, with very slow 2-person chairs, unlike Vail, which everything's basically high-speed quad or 6-person chair. Breck had this really cool 2-person chair that turned right, and it felt really weird. Felt more old-timey since we had to walk across a road to reach one of the lifts. So basically skied over to Peak 9, took some of the super chairs, a lot of green trails. It's pretty cool. Felt more like Vail, but at the same time not. The Quicksilver super chairs loading system looked really confusing since it loaded 2 lines at once, and later on the lift we met a group from Louisiana who actually preferred Breck over Vail. I was still skeptical, but after a few runs on the green trails on Peak 9, my opinion changed. Some of the green and blue trails are marked as family learning zones, which is different from Vail. Even though Vail has some easy blue trails labeled catwalks, the family learning zones in Breck are much more friendly for the people who are still learning pizza and french fries. After a few runs down Peak 9, we stopped at 10 Mile Station. After lunch, took the Peak 8 Super Connect back to where we started, went up to Peak 7, and finally made it to Peak 6, where the trails were definitely more difficult. Unlike the blue trails marked as family learning zones, there were even people hiking up to reach more terrain at Peak 6, but we weren't that extreme, so it took a while to get down Peak 6, but it was really nice, and ended our day back at Peak 8. Breck seemed really nice with its concentrated ski-in, ski-outs at the bases. Since it was our final day skiing, we dropped off our skis at Silverthorne on the way back to Vail, and after dinner, my parents and I walked around Vail Village, and I remembered nothing from the exact journey I made 7 years ago to Vail. After a stroll around Vail Village, admiring the menus posted outside upscale restaurants and seeing people have fun, it's time to head back to the hotel. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry I posted more of a story time rather than a vlog, but if you enjoyed this, maybe I'll make more in the future. Of course, a lot shorter than this, but stay tuned for the final video of the return trip.